weight of the decisions we make, because they will influence how Kenya moves into the future. I have the privilege of being the leader of this team because when we sat down with my elder brother, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, and by the way, just for your information, it did not happen 2 years ago. Because I knew and I realized it was my intention to bring the country together, I did engage the Honorable Raila Odinga immediately after the election. With a view of minimizing the differences, the rough edges, because ultimately we are citizens of one nation irrespective of our political persuasions. Yes, we must compete. Yes, we must have different points of view, but bottom line is that we belong to one nation. And if Kenya succeeds, we succeed irrespective of our political sides. If Kenya does not succeed, it doesn't succeed for all of us. And therefore, whatever it is, whatever different points of view that we have, ultimately, we must have it at the back of our minds that we have a nation to look after. And every leader, irrespective of the sides that you belong to, must understand that the well-being of the Kenyan people, the destiny of our nation, is dependent on us as leaders as we take the country forward. So, we went to compete. And if you look at our manifesto as Kenya Kwanza, and you look at the manifesto of the then Azimio, you will find that there are areas of convergence. There are areas that for a very long time, all of us, as the people of Kenya, have always wanted to achieve, albeit using different means. And it is the reason why I did ask the Kenya Kwanza team, and I know they are sitting here and they remember. And I told them then, and I will tell this team today, that the challenge is not so much that we have won the elections. It is not even that we have a manifesto upon which we had discussed in many fora with the people of Kenya. The challenge is if we have the courage and the mettle to implement the manifesto and the commitment we made to the people of Kenya. And I want to stand here proudly to say to the Kenya Kwanza team, I am very, very proud of you. Very, very proud. Yes. I know I took many of you through very difficult decision-making journeys. Yes. You remember the difficult meetings we had on housing, the difficult meetings we had on implementing health, on making sure that we have a new formula to fund our education, and on all the other issues. And I remember telling you then that it is not necessary to be popular all the time. The Bible says there's a time for everything. Today, we have a track record that is second to none. Yes. And I must say this of our friends and brothers in ODM. When it was time to discuss housing, when it was time to discuss universal health coverage, the Honorable Raila Odinga agreed with me. And our brothers and sisters in ODM did not find it any difficult when we decided that we were forming a broad-based government, because in the agenda we were implementing, they could see their own plan in ODM, the plan they had gone to the election with, being implemented in part by our administration. And I want to say to my friends, my brothers and sisters in ODM, thank you very much for putting the interests of the nation ahead of other interests. I stand here today to say I am very, very proud of my former party. Yes. And you, led by my brother Raila Odinga, and now my elder brother Oburu Oginga, will go down in history as a party that when the nation was at crossroads, you chose to point forward for the nation. And that is why this meeting is very consequential. Because we bring a hybrid of ideas. We converge the plan that was in Azimio, broadly, largely carried by ODM, and converge it with the plan of Kenya Kwanza. And that is why in the last 2 years, the program of implementing what we wanted for Kenya has picked up pace. There has been an acceleration of the delivery of our plan ever since our brothers and sisters from ODM joined us and we became a broad-based administration. And that is why in this meeting, we are going to have presentations on where we were 4 years ago, the track record of what we have achieved in relation to the commitments we made to the people of Kenya. And we are also going to agree together on not just what we have achieved, but what is achievable and what we can do together in the next 1 year, and by God's grace, in the next 5 years and into the future. So this meeting, and I am I'm a very proud person. Yes. Because it is very rare to be a leader of a team as big, as committed as the one we have in this room today. Listen, guys. The other side is in chaos. I don't have to say that. I don't have to explain. Yeah? So, as we meet here today, the future of our nation is the subject of our conversation. We did gather the courage to implement the plan upon which we were elected, and subsequently we joined together as a broad-based family. It was not difficult for John Mbadi here when he went to Treasury. It was not difficult for him to understand and to explain what we were doing. And he has done it better than any other person. I mean, let us give credit where it's due. Honestly. You know, we have had 2 CSs in this administration at the National Treasury, right? You all agree, either by virtue of him being a former member of parliament, either because he understands the nuances of politics and public engagement. CS Mbadi has distinguished himself in a very significant way and explained to the people of Kenya what we are doing. And so has every CS. I must congratulate all of them. Under very difficult circumstances, you know, especially those of us who are not members of parliament. I know it may not be easy, who are not former members of parliament, to navigate the public space. And so, what am I trying to say? Listen, good people. We have done exceptionally well on matters to do with agriculture. And we will get an explanation of what we have achieved. Whether it is fertilizer subsidy, registering farmers, dealing with cartels, improving farmer prices, opening new markets. Lee Kinyanjui is sitting here in our midst. We've had conversations. He's led the way. We've gone to China. We've gone to many places to open new markets. We can proudly speak about our track record on matters agriculture, and farmers and pastoralists will be our witnesses. We have transformed the education space. All the challenges that were there, challenges with CBC, challenges with funding model, challenges with shortage of teachers, challenges with shortage of learning spaces in classrooms. We can proudly face the nation today and say we have done what was required of us. more learning spaces, more teachers, a proper competence-based structure now, and a new funding model that is saving our universities and making sure that all students are in class. We have done what we have always wanted to do as a nation on universal health coverage. Whether it is the numbers of citizens that are enrolled, the numbers of citizens that are treated, the amounts of money we have paid to hospital facilities. My good friends, governors are here in our midst. They will bear witness that health facilities in very remote places, today they receive money from Social Health Authority, and money they have never seen in years. They've never seen that kind of money. And we are improving the whole of that space. We have done whatever we needed to do on our commitment on savings. We did make a commitment that understanding that investments in a nation is dependent on savings. We did rearrange the structure. The nation, Kenya, today, we can proudly say, in the last 3 years, we have raised our savings in the National Social Security Fund from 312 billion shillings, today 680 billion shillings, and by June next year, at our National Social Security Fund, we will have reached the target of 1 trillion Kenya shillings. That is how you build a solid base for a nation. We have done what we needed to do in trying to expand opportunity, whether it is in the economic space, whether it is in making credit affordable, lifting many people who had been blacklisted in credit rating agencies or bureaus. We've lifted 7 million people from CRB. We've made more people access credit. Interest rates have come down. Exchange rates have come down. Our dollar reserves have gone up. Inflation has come down. We can proudly stand before the nation and say we have moved the needle in the right direction. We can speak about many other aspects. Housing, that has been a challenge to us, how to create jobs. The largest challenge we have as a nation, how to create jobs. We can speak proudly about the jobs we have created in housing, the jobs we have created in export of what we are calling overseas employment, what we have done on the digital space, and all the other things that we have done together. And that is why we've come here, so that we can first look at our track record. Because, listen, friends, we are going to an election. And when we are going to an election, we have come here so that we can go to the people of Kenya and tell them, you gave us a mandate. What have we done with that mandate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it is the reason why we are coming back to you to tell you we have discharged our responsibility on the mandate you gave us. But that is not sufficient. We have another plan going into the future. We are requesting for your mandate so that we can continue and do it even better going into the future. We did it when we were not so big a team. We are speaking that our country in our lifetime can become a first world country.
Happening now is the broad-based parliamentary group meeting, and this is being led by His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samuel Ruto in Naivasha. Brought together parliamentarians, members of the National Assembly, members of the Senate. We also have got the Cabinet and the political leadership of ODM and UDA meeting in Naivasha, and it's basically to consolidate about a plan for the nation. We shall be going back once we get that television feed. Apologize for that technical hitch. We'll be going back there. But good morning and welcome to Sports Check today. 26, and yes, it's been quite an interesting 2 weeks so far. One more week to go in this tournament. Nations 2026 hosted in Morocco, and the story after the quarterfinals weekend is a new champion. Only 3 nations in the history of this tournament have won that trophy: Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea with 2, South Africa with 1. Here's the story: Nigeria eliminated, South Africa eliminated. So there's going to be a brand. Let's talk about this. I've got Barry Silla. Barry, a very good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Thank you, Tim, for having me.
Yes, and let's just start, with this tournament. Fairy tale story. The match that was played last, Malawi.
Yeah.
Playing against Ghana, and for Ghana, they're going to be playing on Thursday in the for place in the intercontinental playoffs of the FIFA Women's World Cup. But for Malawi, they've qualified not just for the semi-finals, but also for the FIFA 27.
Well, thank you. Absolutely splendid run there for Wahome Faziki's side. They came through as debutants #1 in this tournament, but more importantly, as lowly ranked number 153 in the world. And see what they've done. They have gone against all odds, took out 10-time champions. They won against Nigeria, beat a giant there called Ghana. And now they are in the top 4, which means they're qualified direct to the World Cup. It's quite the story, really. In fact, down in Malawi now they're asking for a holiday just to celebrate this. But the girls have done really well on their debut. The Chiwenga sisters have led the team to the right direction. And I feel that these girls are just getting started. Remember when they came here for the FIFA series? If you try to compare these ladies who came here and what you're seeing at the WAFCON, it's 2 different, balls. And I worry if at all we were to meet with Harambee Starlets, our very own, it will be a different story. But the coach, Wahome, has done fantastic work against all odds, and now he's taken the team all the way to the World Cup.
One player everyone's not talking about and has been a very critical part of the Malawi side, Kadzere.
Yes.
Because there's so much focus on the Chiwenga sisters, Temo and Tabitha, but for Kadzere, or the one who scored, one of scorers from last night.
Yes. I think it's usually, of course, obvious when people focus on the main faces of the team, but there are people who are usually pulling the strings that are not really talked about. You've mentioned Kadzere there, fantastic player, has been part of the oil that pushes this team. And certainly, I tend to think that when the Chiwenga sisters are given more prominence, it gives these other players freedom. So now they thrive. If you focus on these other two girls, these two sisters, the others will come alive and thrive, and that's how they'll knock you out. And I think that's kind of working for Coach Lovemore when there's a lot of focus on a bit of the squad, but not the full squad. Yep.
And what I want to, bring, Malawi 153 is their ranking.
Yep.
But in this tournament, ranking has been thrown out the window.
Absolutely, ranking doesn't really count here. Remember, number 1 and 2 are all out in Africa, Nigeria and South Africa. So ranking doesn't really count, and you see what the likes of Cote d'Ivoire have gone through, and now Ghana and even Zambia, who Barbara Banda led with 5 goals, even though they're eliminated. So in this tournament, ranking doesn't really count. And I think it's because the teams are very few. We have, 16 teams? So I'm not sure people really look at the ranking, but they just go head-to-head, maybe head-to-head and grouped in the groups. So in this group, I'd even spoken earlier in this particular show and said Malawi might not go far. They have shocked us. And certainly, like we all agree now, that it doesn't really matter the ranking. It's the belief system. And what we've seen with this WAFCON is that belief can take you really, really far.
And one of the questions is, there are countries that are moving when it comes to the story of, for women's football and the development that is there. How is it changing? Because, there has to be a total perspective as to how rankings are done, especially when it comes to African teams, if this tournament is anything to go by.
Yeah, ranking still remains, I'd say ranking still remains very, very important, but perhaps CAF and FIFA might need to come up with a new formula. Yeah, a new formula, a revamped formula of just getting to maybe pair teams and stuff like that, because it appears ranking now completely doesn't count. And I won't be surprised if in Brazil next year ranking might not really stand. But I'd agree that if CAF and FIFA maybe came up with a formula that was a bit made more sense, then now we'd be able to follow the new path. But as it is now, ranking certainly doesn't even make sense at all.
Well, there it is. And let's talk about 10-time champions Nigeria. Now, here's the story of Nigeria, and this is what the people from Nigeria are saying. The under-17 team did not qualify for the men's under-17 World Cup. They did not qualify for the under-20 World Cup. They did not qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And now the Super Falcons, eliminated by their siblings from another parent. Cameroon last night. I can tell you, from what I know, there are those people who banter about, tournaments and all of that. But I think on this one, the banter had to wait. But Cameroon, shocking Nigeria, but was the match day 1 performance by Nigeria an indicator of what was going down?
Absolutely. I think I really feel like Nigeria in this tournament has really struggled, to be honest. I think that's the best word I can use. They've struggled to impose themselves as 10-time champions and even defending champions. And certainly, I think people now started taking advantage, especially after what Nigeria went through. You come with a galaxy of superstars, but somehow it's not really clicking. And I'm really, I even watched the game last night where the fielding is a bit of a problem. Some of the superstars are being left on the bench, like Tony Payne, Okoronko, and then they're brought later on the match is gone. I feel like Nigeria has failed not because they have a bad team, but Nigeria has failed because the fielding has not been so proper. But also teams have risen to the challenge. And this started with what we saw, the likes of Malawi. And so for me, Nigeria has to go back to the drawing board. Based on what you've just read, I don't know if it's a tweet or a post, it tells you NFF has a lot of work to do. Somehow we might not blame the preparations at CC on the girls, but something is happening at NFF that they probably need to fix ASAP.
Actually, when it comes to the NFF, and from what I have heard, things are bad out there. But there is a question that I want. You're talking about preparations.
Yes.
But let's look at the teams that are making their progress one way or another. They had some opportunity to play friendly matches before the WAFCON.
Morocco, Algeria, Cameroon. Yeah, you're right. Okay, maybe I'd say this. Perhaps when I mean preparations, did you prepare the team well? Did you give them enough friendlies, quality match, build-up matches? Perhaps this is what the teams that are getting out are maybe didn't do right. Look at what Dr. Desiree Ellis' team has gone through. There's a lot of talk in South Africa that this lady first needs to leave. She's outlived her usefulness, so to say. But South Africa, even if you see the way they played in the group stages, it was a similar story to Nigeria, not quite convincing. And so I think when I talk about preparations, what the ladies got enough build-up to the right kind of players. Number two, I'd say, was the selection right. And number three, fielding is also a problem. You remember there's a big issue in South Africa when it comes to goalkeeping. This goalkeeper, I think, is second. He's not the main keeper.
Yes, actually, I'll be coming to South Africa shortly.
Yes.
But the case of Nigeria.
Yes,
now. Because I hear people saying, "Let's go back to the drawing board."
Yeah.
What if you're going to some place where somebody went away with the board?
Nigeria is a combination of many factors. First of all, Nigeria is the football at NFF is quite political. Number two, the selection is also, I think, it might be who you know. I think there is not quite direct how selection is done, even the fielding. And Coach Madugu, who interestingly has done well with this with national teams, has got it badly wrong in this tournament, and I feel like now all spotlight is on him, albeit on the bad side. However, Nigeria needs to fix the politics at the board, the politics within the team, so that they go back to where they were, because these are 10-time champions, and certainly they need to do better than what we have just seen here at the WAFCON.
I can tell you that, the loudest silence is coming in from the Nigerians, but also the loudest laments are also coming in from the Nigerians.
Yeah.
Let's talk about South Africa now.
Yeah.
And first of all, they got eliminated by the host nation, Morocco.
Yep.
But, 2-1. You may not call it a hiding, but there was some very heavy expectations.
Yes. Of course, heavy expectations. And remember, I think for Morocco, under Coach Wilde, this is first of all like a revenge. These girls lost in the final against South Africa.
That's 2022.
Yes. At the first time of asking for Morocco. Remember, Morocco has lost twice. So anyway, going back to South Africa, Banyana never lived up to the hype or expectation, in my view. For me, it's also a case of not quite good preparation, but also the element of fielding. I feel like some key players were missing out, and also some key players were not given enough playing time. And so Dr. Elise has to explain when she goes back home, when they give a post-mortem report, she has to explain to SAFA what went wrong, because you know how it is down there.
Before we do that,
yes.
These key players, who are these you're mentioning? Who would you be looking at that we did not see? Or we can look out for on Thursday, because they haven't gone home yet.
I know they're still around.
They're still around this Thursday.
Yeah, I feel like Andile, the second name, sorry, Andile is not getting quite enough time, and especially as the goalkeeper. So for me, that's for one of the key players that I feel South Africa needs to have. Dr. Elise perhaps was trying new people, new players, new systems. But ultimately it didn't quite work. So I don't know if we could call it bad luck, but if they went down like this, it means something completely fell apart for Banyana that they have to fix ASAP. Yes.
Well, but you've got to. If you take a look at, we were seeing some of the goals that were scored from the match last night. If you take a look at what Uzrawi scored, how that ball basically.
Yeah.
She just tapped and changed the direction of the ball, and the keeper was flat-footed.
Completely flat-footed.
The goalkeeper, her name is Swart.
Yes. Listen, I think at some point also you'd say there was a bit of bad luck. South Africa almost were denied a goal that to reduce the deficit to 2-1. But Morocco came with the mindset of just, first of all, getting the game at home, winning, but also ensuring South Africa don't really play. because South Africa can be dangerous while on the ball. And for me, I feel like South Africa missed the opportunity to come back to this game, especially based on the performance that I was seeing on the group stages. I wasn't quite convinced on their performance, and I really doubted when you struggle in the group stages. Certainly on the knockouts, it's something else. And you know, like a team like Malawi was starting to gain confidence as match by match. But now I said, if South Africa is struggling like this, it could be a disaster in the offing in the knockout stages. And now I'm right, because they are out. So I think Banyana, they have to go back to the drawing board. And I really fear for Coach Elise. I'm not sure she's going to be there for a long time.
But I mean, at the end of it, let's talk about Morocco. People are talking about the Jorge Vilda Rodriguez factor.
Yes, yes.
Knowing that he's won the World Cup with Spain.
Yeah.
And what is it that he has found? And also knowing that, yes, he's had to do a proper balance. He has far players and also those who are in the diaspora.
Yeah. The Atlas Lionesses, for me, what they suffered from the two finals they lost kind of hit them psychologically. But Coach Vilda's brought a new philosophy of belief. I feel like it's not just about the team, the stars or whatever, but it's the chemistry is built, the philosophy, the leadership. And so Atlas, the ladies from Morocco, are playing not only for pride because they're home, but they're playing to justify why they failed, to unjustify why they failed at the last two finals against Nigeria and South Africa. But for me, Coach Vilda has brought a new philosophy. You see how he did it with Spain in the last World Cup when they won against England, and I think down under in Oceania. If this philosophy sticks, I think this is the team to beat. And so for me, it's not just about the skills for this team, but the chemistry, the character that is brought in on board, and so it's a scary team to play right now.
Well, and yes, Morocco, they'll be playing against Cameroon on Wednesday at 11. But also, let's take now a look at Algeria, because this is a story untold.
Yes.
Not everyone, I mean, for Farid Ben Stiti, he's a man with a very good story. Yep. I mean, and also in a country where football politics is crazy. Algeria for you?
If you ask me right now, Algeria at one point looked almost rank outsiders. But given the fact that they finished second in Group A, alongside just after Morocco, now Farid Ben Stiti has a lot to prove the doubters wrong. And now going into this match, the semis, I feel like he's going to deploy a more aggressive style so that they kind of dominate play. I remember when they played against Morocco, it wasn't so straightforward, and you saw the game was a bit quite not moving well, and the referee really had to be on control. But I feel Ben Stiti has to come with a good plan, be aggressive, have the ball, but also going beyond that is just the story of this team. Deeply political, as you can imagine, even for the men's team. It's how Ben Stiti has to just manage the expectations, control the emotions of the girls, and probably at this stage just say we want to deliver the goods, go all the way. I'm not quite sure Algeria has gotten to a stage like this before, but now that they're here, they can as well believe.
Well, this is a big moment for Algeria. I mean, after all those years. Yeah. But when you look at Ben Stiti, think of this. It is how patient can a man be?
Yeah.
When to deliver this kind of performance, because you have to look at the background of it.
Yeah.
Hired as director of women's football development.
Yeah.
A new administration takes over the Algerian Football Association, and he's told your role is no longer that; it's just head coach. But he kept working.
I mean, I believe as an insider, he knew the kind of, first of all, politics at the Algerian Football Federation, and he had to come in and just compose himself and say, I'm working, regardless of, it could sound like a demotion, but I think he had an idea to say, now that I've been given a new role, I might as well prove the doubters wrong. Now that he has this job, a head coach job for Algerian national team is not a small job. Farida's done quite well in my view. You see how they played. They put away Senegal. They put away Kenya, and now they've proven their worth as to why they deserve to be here. So for me, Ben Stiti is just going about his business in a way that doesn't. I don't think he wants to antagonize the powers that be. His work, his deliverables are known. I need to work to go all the way, and if I can go all the way, I might as well win it. So I think for me, Ben Stiti, his plan is just to focus on the girls and deliver the goods.
And well, for Algeria, it's a very big moment for them. And let's just take a look at the semi-final matchups that are going to be coming up. Very important. And remember, they're going to be live on KBC Channel 1 and on kbcplus.co.ke. First of all, it's the semi-finals. Algeria against Malawi. Wednesday.
Yep. Two unfancied sides. I doubt if... I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure of the head-to-head. But these are two different sides for me. Algeria almost play tiki-taka flash, direct football, but the Malawians, I feel like they want to control the game, but also cut out any danger. That means they play as a unit, move as a unit when they have the ball and when they don't have the ball. And we mentioned here the Chawinga sisters, who can easily turn a game on its head. But yeah, so I'm looking at what Malawi can. Malawi for me is not the bookmaker's favorite, but still an underdog in my view. But they still want to prove people wrong until they get to their destination. So now that they're here, Algeria has to be very careful under Coach Ben Stiti because they're meeting an unpredictable side. I'm not sure they met recently, but this, for me, if you ask me, is going to be one of the toughest matches Algeria has ever played. Yep.
Let's also talk about Morocco versus Cameroon. Everyone will have their eyes on this.
Yes.
Morocco really wants to win this.
Absolutely. Wahome, I don't know if I'll be right to say Morocco has two eyes on the prize. One, they want to make amends for the two finals they lost. But number two, at home there's also pressure. Are they dealing with pressure well? Are they managing it well? And this is why I think Coach Jorge Vilda is somebody who has done fairly well in building that character. This game, Morocco versus Cameroon, is quite interesting. For me, it's just similar to Malawi and Algeria. I think Cameroon, Morocco, they have contrasting styles. Cameroon will obviously come brute and physical, but Cameroon have game changers, individual talent, who can somehow put out Morocco. But the way Morocco is playing now is quite enviable, to be honest. And now the fact that they are home, I think that will be something that needs to be, really looked at as an advantage.
Well, and remember, yes, those matches are going to be live on KBC Channel 1 on Thursday. This is a tournament that is also serving as a qualification for the Women's World Cup Brazil 2027. So let's take a look at the next phase of pre-qualifying for this tournament. It's the intercontinental playoffs. This is a brutal pathway for either Ivory Coast or Ghana, or South Africa versus Nigeria. Cote d'Ivoire will be playing against Ghana. But let's first of all talk about Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, it's a team that shows individual brilliance. But why is that final link missing? You know, despite the fact that Ouedraogo was sent off last night.
Cote d'Ivoire for me is also a story that is not complete because your peers are doing pretty well. I like to compare Cote d'Ivoire with Senegal. Your peers are going. Nigeria there is really moving. Look at Cameroon now, and a bit of Ghana. But they're just lacking the final push just to go over the line. And I feel like, I don't know if Cote d'Ivoire have a good mix of rich talent, especially from abroad, the pro players. But there's just something that is continuously lacking, and I've noticed in this tournament for Cote d'Ivoire, they've not been as sharp in the attacking third. And they've also been a bit shaky at the back line. So it's also a bit of balance. Going forward, if the coaches can work on that, then Cote d'Ivoire can come back and start fighting, for positions with their peers in the region.
Well, and for Nigeria, this is going to be one do or die match.
Yeah,
because there's going to be trouble at the end of Thursday's late night encounter.
Yeah.
It's South Africa against Nigeria.
Yeah.
And there's going to be chaos, but as we all know, those affairs, they'll say, okay, the result happened then. Mutadu.
Yeah, as we have said.
It's only one of those sides that could be playing in November, December.
Absolutely, and it's interesting. The two rivals, if I can put it that way, Nigeria is a better head-to-head. They played 23 times Nigeria. In recent times, Nigeria has won 15 of those. So based on that alone, you can see Nigeria has a bit of a head start. However, these two rivals both have had a disappointing campaign in this tournament. They want to right the wrongs. And on Thursday, I can assure you, everybody's eyes, it will be more than what is happening on Wednesday in the semis. These two teams, only one is going to make it to November for the intercontinental, playoffs. And so I'm looking forward to tactics changes by both coaches and both benches. And I'm not sure there's going to be any gambling anymore. They might have left it late, but now Coach Elise and the counterpart on the other side will have to come up with the right players, right philosophy, right structure to ensure that the one position stays with them. But Nigeria won't make it easy for them because the pressure in Nigeria is so high right now that I believe the girls really, really, really want to make sure they go to the World Cup. They've never failed to go to the World Cup, and this is the worst performance for them because they're getting eliminated in the quarters. Yep.
Well, that's a conversation that the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) will be having very deeply, knowing very well that Thursday's outcome is going to be one that's going to change their destiny. Well, let's switch gears here and move on to another tournament. Gor Mahia over the weekend, that's on Friday evening, finished second in the Sekafa Kagame Cup, and this is after they lost by 2 goals to 1 to Rayon Sport of Rwanda. That second goal by Rayon Sport. Let's just talk about it.
It's a beautiful goal, yeah.
No, there is nothing beautiful about it.
Oh, it's offside?
I mean, you saw how how did it bounce?
The positioning of the defenders
of the goalkeeper.
And the goalkeepers. I agree. Both goals, everybody has complained that the defense needs to do better, best in terms of communication as well. However, on the whole, so Rayo, first of all, you have to congratulate them. They broke the 28-year duck to win their second title, 2-1 against Gor Mahia. Gor Mahia, when they were going into this tournament, they had a good run as well. But they were facing a team that was unbeaten and had only conceded 1 goal. So Gor Mahia's 41-year wait has now to continue. And the interesting thing with this team, Rayo Wahome, is that this coach 2023 once had a stint in Kenya with Sofapaka and was fired after 5 games. Now see how he's revolutionized himself with this team. He's had 2 stints with Rayo. The giants, they also called Gikundiro.
Actually, Barry, this is, this should be the goal. Everyone has been talking about this goal.
I don't know, did it hit someone? It kind of bounced on someone.
Yes, so right in front of everyone's asking, how did it bounce in front of the keeper?
Yeah, the keeper should have done better there. But Sharif's goal was excellent, the equalizer. Yeah, but it is quite disappointing, to be honest, the way we conceded and the way we lost the game. But I feel, for me, it's a learning curve. Most of those players are playing the first final in a regional tournament. So Coach Charles Akuno has to held his head high with his team. Quite a bit of positives. And I remember the following day, the team didn't travel to Kenya. They had a friendly with El Mereik. And I believe it's all in preparations for, I believe, what you're going to talk about next in the club football, where they were paired with the Egyptian Giants Pyramids. So they're trying to build up preparations ahead of that in September.
Well, and remember, yes, we should be joining Fred Mwoki because Gor Mahia also will be involved in a charity football match with Migori Youth, known as the Green Legacy Cup 2026. Fred Mwoki will be joining us to give us an update on that. Well, now, let's talk about the CAF Interclub competitions. Let's first, still on the Sekafa Kagame Cup, by the way.
Yes.
You have view on Tuskers.
Run.
They were eliminated early
in the group stage,
but it wasn't a small how would I say it, but it wasn't an easy group for them.
No, it was quite a tough group, and I remember I said Julien Met was focusing on preparing his boys, but they traveled late a bit to this competition. They're in a competition with the same group, I believe, as Al Hilal and Simba. So yeah, quite difficult. They lost 2 games and won 1 against the Zanzibari side, KBC FC. Perhaps now it's going back to the drawing board. Remember, they're also preparing for CAF Confed, where they have to be ready and be all guns blazing in their first round match in the preliminaries. But I think he was also trying to test his new players, trying to build a team. So for me, they'll leave with some important lessons. However, of course, it was disappointing that they were eliminated in that way. Remember, Tusker and FC in this country have the highest number of Sekafa Cups, 5, and then Gor Mahia with 3. Yeah, so we expected better.
Well, so let's talk about Tusker.
Yes.
They have been drawn against Al Ahly Madani of Sudan. And Sudan, as a country, may be in turmoil, but that doesn't mean that their clubs, what they did is they moved away from, the country, and they've been playing in various leagues, Mauritania, being the primary host. And so, Tusker's draw.
Yes.
Your take on it?
Tusker's draw doesn't look too bad, but however, Sudanese team are very good. Al Hilal, El Merreikh, so that means we can't really overlook what Madani can do, and so it will be a mistake for Tusker to to ignore the weight of this competition, especially this match day 1 and this preliminary. It's going to be quite tight for them. However, they just have to do, I believe they have a video analyst, just have to review the past matches of this team, which they have never met before. So perhaps they know very little about them. And so I think Tusker, the Brewers will, under coach Julien Met, they have quite, it could be, this is a tricky fixture if you ask me, because these guys don't know each other well. So it's based on how you will approach the match. Maybe the first 10 minutes, the coaches know what they're studying. However, for now, it's all about using video analysis, perhaps, that might help you study the opponent. Yeah, but it's for me, I think it's the pathway is not really that tricky in the CAF Confed, but like I just said, you can't ignore what the opponent can do. You might say they're in a bad league or in a league that is not stable, but they're still playing regardless.
And here's okay. So Tusker, and if you just take a look at their pathway, their next probable opponents could be Singida Black Stars.
Nah,
if they do win the first leg.
I still think this is doable for Tusker. They have to just get the job done at home against the Sudanese side. We are not yet sure where the Sudanese return leg will be.
Could be Nairobi, could be Dar es Salaam. Could be anywhere.
Yeah, but the most important thing for the Tusker guys is at home, try to win by a good margin, and of course try to reduce the goals you concede so that you have a chance. If you ask me, Tusker has a fairly good view of the top and making it to the group stages. Remember, Tusker and Gor Mahia going into this year's draw were unranked. The only team that was ranked is Nairobi United, who managed the group stages the last year, and I think 63rd or something. Because these guys, Gor Mahia and Tusker, are unranked, that means they have to face strong opposition. So it's interesting. that for COF Confed, Tusker didn't really get a difficult pathway. So we want to see how Coach Julian Met will just set up his team and go all the way.
Now, Gor Mahia,
Yep.
the draw, they really wouldn't have loved.
Yeah.
But football-wise, people are saying, all right, why did they have to do this? Pyramids FC.
I like to call this as a good test. If maybe the coach could tell the boys it's a good test, why not just... I mean, you remember some years back right here in Nairobi, God beat Zamalek 5-0 at Nyayo Stadium. So anything is possible in football. This team, Vipers, they are the money bags. They have a lot of oil money.
Pyramids.
Yes,
Pyramid.
from UAE. Some UAE investors. And they are 2025 Champions League winners. So certainly that is scary enough. But I'm not sure if they've really ever made quite an impact yet, like Zamalek and Al Ahly. They're still the new boys in town.
Yes, the whole thing is a club was bought, renamed Pyramids.
Yes, yes. Basically, it is renaming. I agree. So they're trying to find their footing and compete with the two big boys. However, just because the fact that they went all the way and won the Champions League is enough headache for Gor Mahia. They really need to work very well to prepare for September 4th. September 4th is just across the corner, and it's starting right here in Nairobi. So it's all about getting ready psychologically and mentally, so that when you come here in Nairobi, you make sure the hosts, the guests who come, don't feel comfortable at all on the pitch. You have to win by a good margin, and then hope for a miracle away, because you know Kenya, we don't have good history in the north, up north. But if we do our homework well, I remember the last time Egyptian side came here, it was Al Ahly. They beat Gor Mahia 3-3, so 6 aggregate. But that was a disaster. But now, and Gor Mahia missed CAF competition last year because they didn't make it. But if going by what maybe they did in Rwanda and Sekafa, perhaps this could be a good preparation for them. But you need more than just preparation. You need psychological readiness when facing a Northern African team.
Well, so there you've had it from Barry Sila. Barry, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you know, remember, the Women's Africa Cup Nations continues on Wednesday with the semi-finals on Thursday. The playoffs for the Intercontinental playoffs. Those ones will be on Thursday. Third place playoff on Saturday, and the final on Sunday, live on KBC Channel 1 and kbcplus.co.ke. We take a short break, and when we get back, we'll be having more conversations around sport. We are expecting the president of the Kenya Volleyball Federation, Mr. Charles Neberi, to come in. We'll be talking about Kenya hosting the continent from the 22nd of August to the 5th of September. After this break.
Get ready for a captivating continental football extravaganza. KBC Channel 1 brings you exclusive coverage of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON. From Sunday the 26th of July to Sunday the 16th of August 2026, welcome to Morocco! Morocco is the battleground as Nigeria defend their title against 15 other nations fighting to lift the prestigious trophy. Who will be crowned Queens of African Football? Courtesy of the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. Watch all the action unraveling on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Mate, nzuri sana.
Kwani uone kama niko na kazi nafanya? Aliyokuambia ukae ni nani?
Ukisawa.
Ni aje?
Wewe na kangalo blend.
Naenda sasa vile tunataka kupanga.
Kazi na mabadu baba.
Nilikuwa nimekuitisha chai na mkate.
Huyu customer wako hapa ndani ulisikia akionda chakula gani?
Mi wana maandishi.
Ndio nilikuwa naendea onda yako.
Toka!
Ujuwangi unaniongelesha mtu wa kwanza asumbui. Unajua kizila ni umenipatia.
Kekolacho ki humo hotelini.
Wisi mongaka.
Najua wewe.
It's not my tribe.
Okay! Mama kayari.
And welcome back to Sports Check on this Monday morning. My name is Daniel Wahome. It is the 10th day of August, 2026. Well, we're expecting Mr. Charles Abred, President Kenya Volleyball Federation, and also later Angela Okuto will be joining us via Zoom. But right now, let's head over to Kilimani, where there is the Green Legacy Cup of 2026. It's a match between Gor Mahia and Migori Youth. Let's listen in to what this charity football match is all about.
Platform for social and environmental impact. The tournament aims to create lasting benefits that extend far beyond the pitch, growing food, restoring ecosystems, and building stronger and more resilient communities. This is a brief of why we're here today. I would like to welcome the Secretary General of Gor Mahia and also Migori Youth, so that they can say before we take your questions and maybe expand more on the program of the day on Sunday 16th.
Thank you. I know he had invited the SG, but SG has dialed the button to my side. My name is Sally Bolo, the Vice President of Gor Mahia Football Club. Gor Mahia, we accepted the invitation from Zamzam to participate in the friendly match. You have basically heard what the director said. This is a charity event. As Gor Mahia, we are a community club, and we chose to partner with Zamzam Foundation to give back to the community. We have had a good preparation. You've seen we started our pre-season in Rwanda, and we managed to reach to the finals, even though we did not bring the cup home, but we gave it our best. So as a club, we are ready to participate in this friendly, and we want to welcome our young brothers from Migori. You know, Migori is close to us very well. And we want to welcome them into the league and give them a very good baptism. But the major thing here is to raise funds to help Zamzam achieve their objectives. That is why we are here as a club. Thank you so much.
So, good morning once again, members of the Fourth Estate. My name is James Mwema, and I'm the Media and Communication Officer of Migori Youth FC. As Migori Youth, we are proud and honored to be invited to take part in this very noble cause. And we want to officially announce our participation in the Green Legacy Cup that will take place on Sunday, the 16th, against, as Sally has already alluded, our elder brothers. Yes, but for us, this is more than just a football match. It is a moment that speaks to how far we've come.
In case you are not aware, we've just been promoted from the second tier of Kenyan football, that is the FKF National Super League, and we carry with us ambition and the dreams of an entire community in Migori. There are so many people that are looking up to us as a beacon of hope for the community around the Migori County and the environs. And so we are a young team, a team that has just earned promotion through hard work, resilience, and belief. But while we are young, we do not lack ambition. Yes, so we will step into that pitch. Okay. We'll step into that pitch carrying hunger of a team that knows that it's still writing its story. And we are looking forward to a very good match. We'd like to invite all our fans in Nairobi and its environs to come and watch Migori Youth. If you've never had a chance to watch Migori Youth play, this is the opportunity to come and watch us play, and we will give a very good account of ourselves. Thank you so much.
So are there any plans of maybe making this Green Cup Legacy to become an annual tournament? Maybe Secretary can tell us more about this and why did you come up with such an initiative?
Thank you very much. Definitely, yes. It's also dependent on both the teams, but us as organizers, we will want this to become an annual curtain raiser to the season, because I know it is off season and teams have been preparing in pre-season, and probably maybe this is the best time to have a glimpse of what Gor Mahia is going to bring to the league to defend the trophy, what Migori Youth will bring to the league to show that they are deserving to be in this league. So it's going to be an interesting encounter, and definitely we'll want to have it continue with the acceptance of the participants. Thank you.
Maybe beyond the football match, what specific community or social impact projects will be supported through this Green Cup Legacy?
As I've mentioned, the project that will be supported is mainly on environmental conservative, on what we call edible farms, which will be done across the country. This is a project that's already been launched, and all the funds that will be collected from this project will go towards that project, the Green Legacy, and that's how it's going to be managed.
Maybe for Gor Mahia, you just completed a competitive Sekafa Academy campaign. You can tell about that and how important this fixture means to the club as we prepare for the domestic season.
Now, thank you, the team. As you are aware, we participated in the Sekafa and we gave it all our best. We didn't manage to bring the cup, but all in all, we competed. And this particular match we are organizing is going a long way to help us prepare for the coming matches, more particularly now that we are not sure when the Premier League is starting. We have a match on the 6th with the Pyramid of Egypt. That is the CAF Club Championship. So this is a good preparation. But apart from that, we are a green army. So anything green, we will always like to be part of it.
Sure.
We want to make the environment green, and more particularly now to help us attain the food security that is there. So we are not only looking at the football per se, also part of it, but we also have to give back to the community, and this is one area that we are getting involved in giving back to the community. I would propose, and I think it is going to be part of it, that in future, if we are going to get involved in such, we'll make it more practical, whereby we'll get the team involved in practical planting of the trees that are going to be edible, and also getting into the children's homes to give back whatever we can give, and that will go a long way in helping the community. So the match is important for us for preparation. You are aware the league is yet to commence. We have a match is it almost less than a month's time? Is that so? 6th is less than a month's time, isn't it? Yeah, so with us, it is a godsend. Thank you.
Maybe I may want to add something. As I was chatting with my friends from Gor and Migori Youth, I asked them who is going to win this match. Definitely it's going to be an interesting one because it's a very professional, high-level Premier League football. And Gor told me they have the experience and the depth. Migori told me they have the hunger and the energy. So let's see. On Sunday, I definitely know you will not want to miss that. It's going to be a very interesting and professional football match at the highest level in the Kenyan Football Premier League. Yeah.
Let me
Match as for charity, but the game will be a good one.
let me invite fans. Now, we want to take this opportunity to invite all Gor Mahia fans, Migori Youth fans, all local football lovers to come on Sunday and watch football. This will help Zamzam to meet the objectives because it's a charity cup. As Gor Mahia fans and Migori Youth fans, we want to give back to the community. We want to give back to the community, so we are requesting all fans to please come on board, come and watch football, and let's come and give back to the community. I also want to invite any... Yes. The tickets are actually on sale now, so you get the link if you check Gor Mahia social media pages, or also if you check Migori Youth. We are using Lango Pass as the ticketing vendor. So the tickets are on sale. We are requesting our fans, please come in good time, buy your tickets early, so we don't want any crowd problem. Buy your ticket early at the comfort of your sitting room or your office, or even if you are in a matatu heading home, please take time, buy your ticket at good time, come and support our boys, and see you on Sunday. Thank you so much. Let me see the... Okay, let me see the... One second.
This one is sure.
So briefly on the...
Yes, and that has been the Green Legacy Cup press conference. It's going to be a match between Gor Mahia and Migori Youth to be played on Sunday and in support of the Zamzam Foundation. So that's a press conference that was taking place today, and our reporter Frederick Moki is going to be giving us a brief on that in our subsequent news broadcast. Well, we're waiting for Angela Okutoi to join us online from the UK, where she is now based after signing a proper contract. But before we get to listen to her, let's get the story of the ace, and we're talking about Patrick Macau.
The Berlin Marathon is known for its record-breaking feats, as evidenced from 1998 with Kenyans at the forefront. In 2011, Patrick Macau Musyoki ensured he put his name on that Hall of Fame when he reclaimed the world marathon record that was being held by Haile Gebrselassie of Ethiopia, who had smashed his arch rivals Paul Tegra's 2003 record.
Niliweza kufanya mazoezi nikijua kwamba mazoezi yangu na target kukimbia world record, ambayo hiyo wakati ilikuwa imeshikiliwa na Gabriel Selassie. Ni mkimbiaji hodari pia kutoka Ethiopia, na ambaye alikuwa ameshikilia kwa miaka 8. Kwa hivyo haikuwa jambo rahisi sana kwangu kuprepare, sababu nilikuwa ningileta wanariadha pamoja, wale walikuwa wananisaidia, na hiyo wakati tulikuwa grupu ya wathilithi wengi sana, grupu kubwa sana. na kutoka hapo tukaingiana na wale managers ambao wanajua mambo ya programming, programs, kuchora programs ambazo tunaweza kuwa tunazifuatilia.
Makau had dreamt of that day when he ventured into the road races.
Wakati wa competition, wakati ulipofika, niliweza kwenda na wanariadha wengine ambao walienda kunisaidia kufanya pacing. Nikumbuka mmoja anaitwa Isaac Masharia ambaye alikuwa pacemaker wangu, ambaye alikuwa ananisaidia kukimbia huko Berlin. Mwingine alikuwa anaitwa Peter Kirui ambaye pia alikuwa mwanariadha, alikuwa amebobea sana kwa mbio za barabara, na mwingine ni Kamororo ambaye pia aliweza kuwa kushiriki kwa kunifanyia pace setting. Na hapo kwa timu ya Kenya tukakuwa timu iko strong, sababu tulikuwa na wanariadha wale wazuri kwa huo wakati.
He stopped the clock at 2 hours 03 minutes and 38 seconds to beat the legendary Ethiopia's record by 21 seconds.
Na huo wakati ulifika, mbio ikaweza kuanza na tukaendelea vizuri. Tuliweza kuanza vizuri na tukaendelea tukipandisha pace. Mwishowe tukaweza kundrop wale wengine, tukambaki sisi wa Kenya, na wakanisukuma wakanisaidia mpaka nikafunja rekodi.
It was such a joyous moment for him as he successfully defended his title to be awarded the Sawyer Personality of the Year award.
Saa zingine vitu zingine zinakujanga, sababu hata saa zingine ufikiriangi what you are doing, but wakati uko na furaha nyingi unajisi as if you have become a hero, not only in Kenya but in the whole world. And as I believe that time TV zote zinaandika breaking news because of just someone like me, I've broke the world record. Actually, it was something which myself I felt very happy. Yeah, that's why I ran with the flag all over. And sana ukiweza kukimbia na ufunje rekodi, it's like nguvu ingine mpya inakukujianga, kwa hivyo usikiangi umechoka. Yeah.
London did not favor him, unlike the Berlin course, which he conquered, as well as the 10-kilometer and 25-kilometer road races in a personal best of 27 minutes, 27 seconds, and 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 18 seconds, respectively, not forgetting the 30-kilometer race in 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 38 seconds.
Mimi mwenyewe kwa zile mbio zingine niweza kukimbia Fukuoka Marathon mara 3, nikaanza kushinda. Nikakimbia Frankfurt Marathon mara 2, nikaweza kushinda. Nikaanza kukimbia London Marathon, ambayo nilianza kushiriki mara 1.
Well, and that was Ace Patrick Makau. And right now we're joined by Kenya's tennis ace Angela Okutoi, who's based in the United Kingdom, and she has transitioned to professional tennis after her collegiate career. And let's get to speak to her now. And Angela, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good to speak to you. And yes, before we get into your pro career, let's talk about the last 1 year or so in your final year at Auburn College, and how it has gone down for you, and including having some great successes in the doubles especially.
Yeah, so my last year in college has been great. I've had the best teammates, the best coaches I could ever ask for the last 4 years, and definitely I've improved a lot. Mainly my last year in school, I feel like as a team, managed to improve on our tennis individually and just being close to each other as a team. And that really helped us this last year of my college to actually win some good titles, reaching the finals of NCAAs as a team. That's one of the biggest tournaments in US college, and getting runner-up and also winning our conference, SEC, one of the toughest conference in US in our school. So that was one of the big things we've been able to achieve as a team, and that was history for all of us. And finishing ranked 1 in the nation as well in college like my school. So that was one of the biggest thing I would say I've been able to accomplish, being in urban and helping them, and also being an All-American. That's one of the biggest status anyone internationally or locally always want to have while playing college tennis. So I would say I've done my part, being part of a great team, and yeah, I'm just happy that I've been able to accomplish those while being in urban.
What was it like, playing, especially with Egyptian Mena Refat? How was it for you? Because that's what pushed you way up.
Yeah, I mean, Mena Refat, she's such a good player, and I'm just happy that my coach actually put us to play together, and she's from Africa, so that kind of felt nice. And yeah, definitely, I've knew Myrna even before she joined school. I think I'm the one who tried to convince her to come to Urban, and I'm happy that she trusted me and she gave Jordan the chance to, come to my school. And yeah, just playing with her, we just bring this energy, and it's just nice. Like, she has all the skills and I do as well. So it just helps us combine our creativity on the court, and we just mark together. So it just feels nice partnering with her and playing with her. I enjoy so much.
Well, let's talk about, the moving to the UK, getting this backing that you have. If I go through the entire list, it's something that is great for any player anywhere in the world. So let's talk about this opportunity that you got to move to the UK and working with Wayne Black, somebody who's worked with Pete Sampras. That's a huge story, for you.
Yeah, so working with Wayne has been great, and I feel like he's someone who's so passionate about tennis and about his players, and it's someone I feel like I'm going to improve a lot by him. He's played at those stages. He's played at the ATP, all the Grand Slams, and he's won some of them. So he's someone who has seen it all, and is someone who I can ask questions whenever I'm stuck or whenever I need guidance. And yeah, I'm just lucky that I get to train with him and he gets to be my coach. He's someone that I can learn from.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of learning, and just even as you turned pro, let's just take a look at a couple, 2-3 weeks back out, because now you have to be playing, across Germany and across Europe. How's the pro scene been? I know it was a grass court season, and now we are on to the hard court season.
Yeah, so I've played, I think, approximately 5 tournaments now. I've won 2 and I've become runner-up in 1. But all in all, I feel like, and I've only played 1 clay and the rest have been hard court. But all in all, I feel like they've been an okay tournament, can't complain. Definitely, I'm working on things, and maybe gonna take time to show on the matches, especially in singles, but it's something I'm trying to take day by day and just trusting the process. And hopefully in the near future I'll be able to, bag some singles titles. But other than that, I feel like I'm improving so much on my tennis, and that's the most important thing, because this is a tennis that's gonna help me in the future. And yeah, just being able to trust it and allowing Wayne to, help me out has been great.
Let's talk about, doubles, because for you at the moment, your doubles rankings, they're moving up. Let's talk about that and, how it's helping you, really understand working and competing with other players.
Yeah, I feel like doubles probably is my strength as of now, and I don't know. But I feel like doubles, it's really good, and I enjoy doubles a lot. I mean, you have to enjoy because you're playing with someone different, unless if you're playing with someone you've known. But still, you just have to work together as a team, and you need to, help each other on the court. So it's something I feel like I'm forced to do, not in a bad way, but like you have to do it to be able to win matches, because you have to be in good terms with your partner. You have to agree on certain things, and yeah, I would say just playing doubles really helped me in my singles matches, just trying to come into the net, using my volley skills that I've gained confidence from my doubles, and yeah, just bringing the enjoyment that I have on the doubles court into my singles, and just bringing all the energy that I gain from it and the confidence. I feel like it's something special, and yeah, I wouldn't see myself leaving doubles because I feel like doubles just builds me up for my singles matches. So, and just being able to play multiple matches, I feel like you get the practice and also you get the reps in. So, yeah.
Well, the singles scene for you, just tell us about this, because everyone, going by the story, from 2023, you win the African Championship. Everyone's now looking at you getting into the top 400. So you could go play at the Olympics. Just tell us about how you want to see yourself get up the rankings. We've seen you get into the 470s, getting towards the 400s, but the biggest story is, can we see you break into the 300s? You've got maybe, a year and a half, to work around that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been playing singles. It's not like I've left singles. I'm still playing singles, and I'll still keep playing singles. This couple of tournaments hasn't gone my way, but I feel like it's part of tennis. You don't win every time. But yeah, I mean, for the Olympics, that's my goal, definitely. And just to correct you guys, I have to be inside top 500, not 300. So I'm there. I'm 550.
We want
so
it's us who want you inside the 300. We'll be very.
I know. But I thought maybe you didn't know the ranking criteria for the
It's us who want you
qualification.
inside the 300 so that you're safe. And
Yeah, that's true. But for me, my goal is to be inside 100 still. So yeah, that's a nice thing from you guys. If you want me to be inside 300, thanks for that. But definitely I'm gonna play tournaments, and I'm gonna try and take each day one at a time, not putting too much pressure on myself, because I feel like I have to enjoy it first to be able to see myself playing good tennis. And yeah, I'm gonna do that and hopefully win some titles or reach far in the tournaments that I'm gonna play in. But yeah, definitely I want to see myself moving up into the rankings. So yeah.
All right. So let the cat out of the bag about what's going down this week.
Sorry?
This week for you, just give us the outlook for it, or basically what to look out for in August and September.
What's in September?
Your tournament you're going to be in August, September. You could just give us an outlook of that.
Yeah, so actually, I have a match tomorrow. So yeah, you're lucky I did the interview today. So I have a match tomorrow. I have a tournament this week, and then I'm traveling next week to Swiss for 2 weeks, and then a break in between, and then hopefully get into WTA 125. And after that, we'll see which of the tournaments to play. But that's my schedule from now to 4 weeks' time.
All right. Yes, we'll be taking a look at that, and we'll keep tabs on the WTA 125. So that's something that we really want to see. I know the 125s come with great ranking points. So yes, all the best, Angela. And
thank you.
Definitely, we'll keep talking and make sure that we follow up on this. All the best in your game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Angela Okutoi joining us from the UK, where she's now based. She has moved from college tennis and she has moved on to pro tennis and wants to make sure she gets up to the top hundreds. And we're wishing her well to have. It would be great to have a Kenyan at an Olympics in terms of tennis. Well, time to switch gears now and let's have a conversation about volleyball. Kenya, after 11 years, is going to be hosting the continent. The last time Kenya hosted the African Nations Championship for women, 2015. Kenya won. That was at Kasarani. It was an 8-team competition. But over those years, things have changed. Only one facility was there, Kasarani. We have the second one. And what are the preparations and the story and the intrigues of making sure that the country is able to host this? To speak about this, we've got the president of the Kenya Volleyball Federation, Bwana Charles Nyaberu.
Thank you very much.
Well, 11 years. And it's been there, but just give us a process of having Kenya confirmed as a host for 2026.
Yeah, it has been a long wait, and 11 years ago, a new regulation came into practice. The International Volleyball Federation of International Volleyball came up with a new rule that you cannot hold a continental or a world event unless you have 2 venues, the equivalent of Kasarani, that level of Kasarani. And up till that time, we got away with just using 1 venue and having a stretched program. But we are lucky and happy. We are really thankful to the Chief of General Staff of the Kenya Armed Forces for coming up with a very good and modern sports complex in Langata, just attached next to Langata, or rather within Langata Barracks. And that they also thought we made an appeal to them, basketball and ourselves, that they put up for us a gym, an indoor gym. And they have put it up. They are now finishing touches, and we are happy and lucky that when the inspection team came, they passed the venue. We're just putting final touches. So that will be our 2nd venue. So with that now, we can go back to the proud old days of hosting, because home advantage is always good, and also it's good for the people who support you to see you in action, especially at an international level. So with that now, we've been awarded the hosting of the Africa Cup of Nations, which actually counts for it's the qualifier for the Olympics 2028 in Los Angeles, and is also a qualifier for the World Championships. So our team is in camp, they're raring to go, and we've already trimmed, they've been there 10 days, we've trimmed it down to 20, it will go down to 16, and finally to 14. We're expecting 15 other countries to make 16, and these are, of course, there's hosts Kenya, there's Egypt, Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi. These are from Zone 5. Some of them qualified on merit, and others qualified during the championships in Kampala. Then there's Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Nigeria, Cameroon, Senegal, Ghana, Mali, Burkina Faso, Zambia, and Cote d'Ivoire. So those are the countries we're expecting, and DRC. DRC is already here, and they came about a week ago, and the others will be arriving in phases between now and around 20th, 21st. Then but we are really excited about that, and it will be a big event because the icing on the cake is the fact that our world president, Fabio, will be coming with 4 of his vice presidents. They'll be gracing the occasion between 2nd and 5th, the finals. And also the continental president, Madam Bushra Hajij, will be there also. She'll come. And we're also expecting our Zone 5 president, Sadiq Nasiu from Uganda.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the venues, because this is one thing, and just to make sure that we get it correct.
Yeah.
For an 8-team competition, Kasarani would do. I mean, a single venue. But this tournament was now expanded to 16. So the 2 venues, let's just take a look at the basics that are required by FIVB, because then when they send their inspectors, there are things they want to check. What is this that you must have?
The first and foremost is the layout of the playing area. It has to have the necessary clearances, both aerial and sideways. Then on top of that, the surface itself, the texture of the surface has to be right. It has to measure up with the requirements of the international.
What's the texture of the surface? Because
there is the artificial gay floor, which is standardized by the Federation of International Volleyball. But that one is easy because you lay it on top. But underneath, you have to have firm timber, which is not breakable. So that one has to be there first before you put on the gay floor. And then, of course, there are the posts. But up and above that, more important, there are...
what's the clearance upwards?
The clearance, it's it's 15 meters up. Yeah, and then 7 meters sideways. And then on top of that, you've got, most important, you have to have amenities within there. Now you have to have the facility for challenge, which is like the VAR in soccer. You have to have all those cameras, which will, when a team has two chances to protest, or rather to contest a certain call, and then it is repeated, and then, you know, for all and sundry to see. So there is that. Then there is the game relaying capacity has to be there. There has to be a press room. There have to be medical physio rooms. There has to be changing rooms which are up to standard. Yeah, and everything has to be. Each venue has to be self-contained, because especially for simultaneous airing, for live.
Live broadcast.
Yeah, live broadcast. You know, it's got to happen there and then. But of course, there's also the facility of recorded facility for coverage. So it is, there's a standard list. Already the inspection team came here, headed by President Nasiu, who is the zonal president, plus our technical person from Africa Volleyball Confederation, Walter Otieno, who coincidentally also is a Kenyan, is a former National Sports Organizing Secretary. So they are very stringent requirements. We took them through the venues, plus also the training venues. The training venues have to meet a certain standard. We have the annex at Kasarani, and then the basketball gym in Nyayo. Those are our two training venues. They've also got to meet certain minimum standards, not as stringent as the competition ones. But the inspection team went through, and they gave us a clean bill of health in some places. There's some places which they gave us time to catch up, and that's what we were working on. And they're going to come back in about a week's time now to do the final inspection. But we have hope, and we are also very confident that we are in time. The local organizing committee is in place, headed by me and deputized by the Deputy President Paul Bitok, and the technical person John Oronje. So we are laying out the place, we are laying out the training places, we are laying out the programs, we are doing the logistics of transportation, hotel accommodation, yeah, and all those. We have to have them right and in place before the kickoff.
Well, as you were building up to this tournament, I mean, I'd have to go back about 5-6 months ago.
Yeah.
Venue choices included maybe some that are within schools or universities.
Yeah.
What were the options eventually? I mean, and the conditions people are looking at?
Some of the options we had, we have used African Nazarene University, which is in Ongata Rongai, in Twala area. The other option, which passed the test, was Brookhouse School Gym in Runda. But then, unfortunately, the timing coincided also with term time for the school. They have been very kind to us. They've allowed us to use their gym in the Magadi Road campus, the senior school. But now, it coincided with term time, and there's no way you can bring crowds into a school that is on. But we really appreciate the fact that the gesture was there. Those are about the only ones that measured up, especially with the size and clearance. But we are happy that the new Ulinzi complex gym, the good thing is that it's getting completed after we have given our specifications, after basketball have given their specifications. So it will be a wonderful opportunity. And then also taking into account the fact that the military, they work on precision. They've moved so fast. In fact, if it was a civilian facility maybe would still be dragging behind. But we are almost there. In 2-3 days' time, it will be ready.
Well, the advances in technology, because you've mentioned them, video reviews now have to be introduced at this point.
Yeah.
What are the learnings that have to be given to the match officials who are coming in so that they fully understand this is how this works?
It's actually a very good eye-opener for our local officials, especially the referees and even the coaches, because they've got to educate their teams. The fact is that now the international body is not leaving anything to chance. So anybody who climbs up there as first referee or is on the other side as second referee, even the supporting platoon of linesmen, there is now an insistence that we have to be precise, we have to be honest, and you have to think fast. You have to think on your feet. So that is why, because your judgment is not like in the past, where if you make a mistake, maybe people will keep grumbling and nothing will be done. But now there's a chance for that to be appealed about. And if there are too many appeals in a game that you are refereeing, that is noted and it lowers your ranking, and it can easily jeopardize your future participation. But it's also very good that you see justice is done and seen to be done and right there on the spot. Yeah.
Now,
and also, sorry,
yes.
The other thing is the simultaneous relaying, the coverage. It's very, very good because now, as the game is going on, the whole world can pick it up. You can pick it up from any point in the world because it is, it's being relayed, on the spot. And it's also good because it gives us an advantage in that our advertisers, the corporate world that want to put advertisement around the court and its environs, they'll have value for their money because the reach now, the visibility has been broadened and it's there on the spot. Like we had a good meeting with the Nairobi City Council this morning, and they're going to allow us to put not only banners around the city free of charge, they're waiving the charges. They're also we're going to have screens, giant screens around the town, which will be relaying that game as it's going on. So Wananchi don't have to go to Kasarani or wherever.
No, they have to go.
Yeah.
Those who don't get a seat.
No. Yeah.
Those are the ones we first, because,
that is true.
On TV, packed stands are very, very beautiful.
That is true. It's true. And Kasarani, for those games, I want to give credit to our fans. They pack it. And also, what is also happening is that the tickets are affordable. Okay, we have not yet come down to that, but sometimes we even throw the doors wide open. Free of charge. So we are encouraging our fans to fill up the two venues, and especially when our team is playing. Yeah, we are really encouraging them to come.
Well, one of the things, I've taken a look at, the matches being played whenever we've got an African nation, an African competition, be it club, be it national team level, is depending on the country you're in, you can have matches being played as late as 8 p.m. What's the playing hours that you're looking at for this year's championship?
We're looking at starting around midday or around 1 o'clock. We have not, what happens is that we make a provisional schedule as organizers, then we send it to the continental body for approval. We foresee ourselves going as late as 8 or 9 latest, especially for the preliminary matches. That's when we have a lot of games. But then when we move into the knockout stage, the group of 8, the quarterfinals, I think that the timing will be able to finish off a bit earlier.
So ideally we're looking at what? 2 hour, 2.5 hour transitions, because that's what we have.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. We've allocated every game a span of 2 hours. An estimated span of 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. And more often than not, it falls within there. But sometimes it spills over a little bit, but that is bearable.
So so that means it's, for example, if it's Kasarani, 4 matches a day, 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m.
Yeah, that's okay. Or we can, if we get the advisory from the continental body, we could start at 12.
At 12.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that would be great, because it means Malkia Strikers games are going to be the last ones always.
That's right, yeah. And that's why we're really encouraging our fans to come, especially when Malkia is playing. They get very good support usually, and that adds to their energy. And you know, taking into account that Malkia Strikers are the defending champions for this particular championships, and they're the top-ranked African nation. We have represented Africa in the Olympics, the last 2 Olympics, not to mention the 2000 and 2004. So it is it's coming to cheer a horse that has credibility and all the probability to win. But we need that home support.
The home support, that is something that we'll do. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Berry is president of the Kenya Volleyball Federation. In 12 days' time, Kenya will be hosting the CAVB Women's Africa Nations Championship. 16 nations, there is only one story. The Malkia Strikers, they are looking at booking a ticket for LA on the 5th of September. Let's see how that goes down. Thank you very much for being with us. My name is Daniel Wahome on behalf of the team that put this together. Asante sana. And you, the viewer, stay with us, because coming up next is Kurunzi, Ashurani, and Tamrini. Good day.
Some of the main concerns of those who
Game is tied. Some space out wide as well. The number 8, Janet Okelo, and she has got pace. Can they live with her? They can't live with her. Okelo, individual score, and Kenya are right back in this.
60 meters she made that run, and the moment she got the ball from Irene Otieno, she was able to go out wide, touch on the line.
Faith Achieng, aka Imani, watched with admiration as they played their hearts out for the Kenya Lionesses, wondering if one day she'll follow in their footsteps.
People do call me Imani. That's a Kiswahili name for Faith. I started playing rugby back then when I was in age grade. Shamas, Suko Shamas. Nikiwapo class, I was in class 4. Then after kucheza rugby hivyo, back then Philadelphia Orlando was our coach, and I was like, yo, I want to play like Philadelphia Orlando, like anani inspire, I want to be like her, nataka kuwa na body ka yake. Nilikuwa kaslenda kadogo, and people were like, no, you can't play rugby, we ni mdogo. And I'm like, no, lazima ncheze game nifike penye Phila alikuwa amefika. After kucheza Shamas, nikaenda like high school level hivyo. High school yetu ilikuwa inacheza rugby, but not that much, because ukifika form 4 you need to put sports aside, focus na academic, focus na sports. So after form 4 nika join club inajiitwa Northern Suburbs, kwa hapo KCB Ruaraka for sports club. Nikaanza kucheza, nikapatana na watu pia hapo. Yani ilikuwa tu ni kama sijui nitaisema aje, cause watu walikuwa hapo tunacheza nao na feel niko poa.
And what worried her most was her tiny frame, fearing that she would be crushed on the field.
Back then pia bado nilikuwa mdogo, so coach ako like, Imani lazima uadd, enda gym. So you know hizo mavitu unasema sasa nitacheza aje? Hadi ukienda gym unaogopa kuinua chuma.
But that did not deter her from pursuing her dream, and she eventually landed where she wanted to be.
Saa hiyo time nilijoin Northern Suburbs, Fila alikuwa amesha travel kwenda Dubai. And I'm like, coach wangu ametravel kwenda Dubai, hadi mimi nataka kuenda. Hizo tu vitu. Then sando nikacheza, nikaput more effort, nikajipata nikasema I want to give it a try. I want to play for the national team. Yeah, kwani national team ni nini? I want also to go there, ni experience chenye watu wana experience huko. Hivyo sasa nikajipata national team. Yeah.
Her target was the senior team, the Kenya Lionesses, but first she had to test the junior waters.
Kwa lap yangu ilikuwa after the easy games za sevens, kabebe rizo, then tukaambiwa like tukuje to train, hivyo tukakam. And back hiyo time nilikuwa nacheza tukitrain, mi aim yangu ilikuwa nasema nataka kucheza, like nilikuwa Cubs but nataka kuingia Lioness. Nataka kuingia Lioness hivyo sasa. Ndio sasa like coach akaniambia akanipeleka Lioness and I'm like, are you sure I'm going to play for the Lionesses? Ndio nikajipata hapo and I was happy. Juu pia I was happy cause kuona Shebesh kucheza na yeye. I'm like, Shebesh pia alikuwa coach wangu. I'm playing with my coach. Kai akinikafurahia sasa hivyo. It was happy, yeah. Kwa poa.
Imani was all happy when she got her first call-up to the Lionesses in the prestigious Safari Sevens, where they won the title after edging out the Ugandans.
Mimi nilijihisi poa kwa sababu that was my first time wearing a Kenya Lioness jersey and I was really happy, like nilikuwa overwhelmed your time. I was like nataka kucheza, I want to wear this jersey more and more. Nataka dimi jersey yangu ikuwe na jina langu hapo nyuma, ni feel that kanini, you know, yo ka pride useme niko poa na feel hivyo.
She wasn't alone as Charity Nila of NYS also joined the Lionesses in a dream come true.
Mi rugby nilianza kimchezo, sikuwa najua ndafika hapa. Nilikuwa najua nashika ball unaenda mbele bali unarudi nyuma. Nikaendelea kufundishwa time by time, nika improve na nikaweka passion ndani na nikaendelea encourage kila mtu kufanya hiyo rugby pia. Alafu personally nilikuwa kila siku nikifanya kitu naenda na watch kenye wengine wanafanya ndio niongezee nisikue nyuma. Coach Kenya anasema natia maanani. Alafu personally nataka target yangu ni kufika pale mbele. Nataka nikuwe like kama hivi Shebesh venye anafika mbele, nataka nikuwe like Shebesh in future. Personally nimeachieve a lot, nimelearn a lot, nimeexperience a lot. Nimeexperience vitu mingi, nimelearn zenye sikuwa na learn nikiwa shule. Pia uko shule na encourage wengine wanataka kuwa mimi, like wanasema wanataka kuwa kama mimi personally.
As coaches says, wanasemanga they only give you like seme 30%, so you have to look for the 70% zenye zimebaki. Definitely watakupea kila kitu field, so it's upon you kufanya hizo vitu zingine ndo ufike penye unataka.